Today is Wednesday, February 5th. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, please leave a like and subscribe down below. It makes me know you like the content. 7-game NBA slate. While you're down there below, let me know what's your favorite play in this 7-game NBA slate. We got some pretty fun matchups here overall. Orlando versus Sacramento. My Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan are back reunited. Cannot wait to watch those guys go after it. OKC Phoenix, great matchup overall. Denver, New Orleans running it back. Chicago, Minnesota, it's a fun one. Toronto, Memphis, fun. Sacramento and Atlanta, probably this is the early game of the day. And some other games have been a lot of games look like some blowouts, but some fun. Detroit, Cleveland, that's actually a lot of fun matchup. So fun games here overall here in the NBA. I got 4 plays here. I absolutely love them. Before we jump into today's action, we got to recap yesterday's plays. And yesterday, the NBA, we ended up going 3-2 in best bets. Yesterday, I added a Twitter play late in the afternoon. For me, I normally like to look at the lines early in the morning and then right before tip-off. Middle of the day kind of seems like a no man's land. But early in the morning up until like midday, kind of look away off of that because the lines just fluctuate higher or lower. But right before tip-off, I go back and then I see where the lines are. We got Joel Embiid over 23.5 points. He had a dominating game overall. Love that. I saw 21.5, went to go make my tweet, and it moved up to 23, so he took care of business there. Jason Tatum, 25-plus points. Man, that one hurt. 21 points at the end of the third quarter. He was wheeling and dealing in the third quarter. They pull him out. Expected. I was thinking like, hey, around the 7-minute mark, he'll come back in, maybe hit a layup, and then we'll sweat it out. Dude missed so many shots late in the game and then missed the free throw. Yeah, we were banking on free throws late in the game, but man, once he missed that first free throw until you get 22, you just knew it was over. Even with the Celtics, even with the Cavs fouling again, brutal. Donovan Mitchell dominates the Celtics. He had a great game. Josh Giddey as well. That one was just like the Tatum one. Entering the fourth quarter, we just needed, I think, 2 or 3 rebounds, assists. I think he played the majority of the fourth quarter in that matchup. He was just scoring. He was scoring too much, and we just fell up too shy there overall. And those two hurt, but the other guys took care of business yesterday. I'm motivated. I want a 3-0 sweep here. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Cleveland-Detroit matchup. Cleveland running it back on a back-to-back here. And this guy yesterday, seems like he sold a lot of tickets yesterday. I know he's dominated the Celtics in the past, but that was without Porzingis. Porzingis was playing. Now he gets a great matchup here today. I think it's a great way to bounce back here. Give me Evan Mobley over 15.5 points coming in at -130. On DraftKings, he has a great matchup here. These last 30 games, Pistons allowing the 5th most points to the power forward position. So I love that here overall for Evan Mobley, who has dominated the Pistons in the past. He's gotten this over 2 for his last 3, averaging 16.3 points per game. Last 3 games against the Pistons, 22-16. Had 11 in his most recent one, but that game wasn't. They weren't really using him much here. But I think this one they'll use him a lot. Where he's gotten this over 3 for his last 5, coming off of a horrible game. He shot 3 for 14 from the field. I'll take Evan Mobley taking 14 shots any day, but 3 for 14. Expecting to bounce back here in a great matchup because Pistons, last 15 games, allowing the 8th most points. The last 7 games, allowing the 7th most points to the center position, to the power forward position. So he has a great matchup here overall. Horrible game coming up at Detroit, back-to-backs this season. He's got this over 4 for his last 5 back-to-backs, averaging 16.6 points per game. On the road this season, he has a 58% hit rate, getting this over 4 for his last 5, averaging 20.6 points per game. Love that. My projections have him at 16 points here overall. I think Evan Mobley will bounce back here in a positive matchup, playing the Celtics, top 5 against power forwards. Now gets the Pistons, bottom 5 against the center position in these last 30 games. So give me Evan Mobley to ball out here, bounce back in a big way. Evan Mobley over 15.5 points. My second best bet here, a little bit of a theme today is the big guys or guys on the team is staying. I know they're gaining a star player, but that's the other thing. They're gaining players, but those players still have to get acclimated here early on. And Victor Wembanyama in the San Antonio and Atlanta game, 242 over-under. He has a great matchup here. I love this spot for Victor Wembanyama, so give me Victor Wembanyama over 24.5 points coming in at -110. On DraftKings, Atlanta allowing the 8th most points to the center position, so he has a great opportunity here to dominate the Hawks team like he has. He's gotten this over 2 for his last 3, averaging 29.7 points per game. Last game this season, had 42 points in that matchup, dominated Clint Capella overall. And today, Hawks are without Clint Capella, so they're even struggling down even more down in the front court. Atlanta allows the 30th most straightaway threes and the 28th most points in the paint, and Victor Wembanyama takes 70% of the shots from straightaway threes or in the paint. So he has a great positive matchup here overall. He's got us over 3 for his last 5, averaging 26 points per game. It's still Wembanyama's team. Fox could come in here and dominate this matchup. He's dominated this Hawks team overall, but this over under 242, him having a plus matchup here down low, I think he's going to dominate as well overall. Against the Eastern Conference, he's averaging 28.5 points per game, averaging 18 field goal attempts per game these last 5. I don't really feel like Fox would eat that much into that workload overall. Projected 26 points here. Atlanta allowing big games to the center position these last 10 games. Duren twice, 18 and 14. Isaiah Stewart, 10. Naz Reid, 15. Rudy Gobert, 18. Jakob Poeltl, 17. And Luke Cornett had 17. So they've been giving up big games to the center position, and I expect Victor Wembanyama to ball out here overall. So give me it's Wembanyama time in Atlanta, so give me Wembanyama over 24.5 points. For my third best bet here, going to be in this Bulls-Wolves matchup here. Chicago Bulls on a back-to-back here after an exciting home win with all the trades going on. They're still not going to be playing a lot of the players they just traded for here, so the team on a back-to-back will, I think, have tired legs here, and I think Rudy Gobert is going to dominate this matchup like he has been the last 6 times he's played the Bulls. So give me Rudy Gobert over 24.5 points, rebounds coming in at -110. On DraftKings, Chicago allowing the 3rd most points to the center position, and Rudy Gobert has gotten us over 6 for his last 6 games against the Bulls, averaging 31.5 points, rebounds. He's gotten us over 4 for his last 5 as well, averaging 29.8 points, rebounds per game. Chicago allowing the 5th most points and the 4th most rebounds to the center position these last 15 games. Chicago allowing the 3rd most points again to the center position these last 7 games. So he has a great matchup here against this Bulls team. Last 3 games overall, he's had 28, 32, and 32 points, rebounds. Last game against the Bulls, he had a dominating game. 30. He had 21 points and 9 rebounds. Dominated the Bulls overall. At home this season, he's averaging 23.1 points, rebounds, and gone over 5 for his last 5 home games, averaging 29.8 points, rebounds per game. On the season, he's averaging 18 rebound chances per game, so he could easily get so many rebound chances against this Bulls team on a back-to-back. Might have a little tired legs shooting the ball since they are lower, have less of a roster spot on a back-to-back. They're not playing those guys they traded for here. Chicago's been giving up some big games to the center position. Duren, 34. Porzingis, 45. Jokic, 45. 8 and 28. And Mark Williams, 38. So they've been getting dominated down below. Chicago on the back-to-back, like I said, I think they'll be a little underwhelming. Rudy's going to grab a bunch of rebounds here and dominate the little lab dunk he does overall. Chicago ranks 30th in points allowed in the paint, and that's where Rudy lives now overall. Rudy shakes 90% of his shots down in the paint, so he is playing a team that gives the 30th most points out of 30 teams down low. Sign me up all the time. My projections have him at 26 points, rebounds here, so give me Rudy Gobert over 24.5 points, rebounds. For my 4th and final play of the day, going to be in this Orlando-Sacramento Kings matchup here. I'm going to be watching this game, so I wanted to bet here, and I think DeMar DeRozan is going to dominate. Even with Zach LaVine getting traded here, he's just coming in fresh into town, and he does not want to see DeMar DeRozan because DeMar DeRozan makes every team play at his pace and play when he's the dominant star player at his way, and they showed last game here with the Kings. I think they're going to ride it here overall, so give me DeMar DeRozan over 23.5 points, assists coming in -125 on FanDuel. Orlando allowing the most assists to the small forward position. Love that here for the passing opportunities. I feel like the shots will be there. He's got us over 10 for his last 10 games against the Magic, averaging 33.7 points assists per game. He's only gotten this over 1 for his last 5, averaging 23.8 points assists, with the last game him just having the dominating game overall. His last 5 games against Orlando, 25, 26, 32, and 35. He was on the Bulls last year. Zach LaVine was in all 4 of those games, and he still dominated that matchup overall. Zach's going to have one of the tougher matchups on the day, getting the Jalen Suggs treatment. First game with no De'Aaron Fox, he had the green light. He had 25 field goal attempts. Yeah, they're going to be taking Zach. He's going to have some more shots here, but it's still DeMar DeRozan's team overall. Even with there's no true point guard, and DeMar has shown in the past he's been a great point forward for several teams. Bulls and the Spurs was a point forward. He can get the assists. Coming off in a 7-assist game, love it overall. 59% hit rate this season, averaging 25.4 points assists per game, and he's gone over 5 for his last 5 home games, averaging 32.8 points assists per game. 75% hit rate this season with no De'Aaron Fox, with his last 3 averaging 30 points assists per game, with his last 3 having 34, 33, and 40, which was the last game. Yes, Zach is going to be in this game, but it's still DeMar's team. It's always DeMar's team when he's playing with new players on his team. There's no true point guard. I think they'll learn him and a lot of he's on the team before Zach's just coming in. He's going to find his footing where DeMar has already found his footing on this Kings team. So and I've projected at 25 points assists here, so I think it's a great spot here for DeMar DeRozan. Great history of getting the over against the Magic. So give me DeMar over 23.5 points assists. Those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. Beautiful slate today. Some fun games from the new faces, new teams. Can't wait to watch Fox and Levine on their new matchups, but we'll watch Wemby and DeMar DeRozan dominate down below. Hopefully Evan Mobley can bounce back. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA. As always, please make sure to follow my Twitter at DaWiddler, or even check the pinned comment, the top comment. I might have added plays as the day goes on, because right now, still feeling out the whole wise, and we could even get a big trade where someone might even have a better opportunity with someone leaving town. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.